Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Saturday, March 12th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live with Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Lots of stuff going on. Got some more new information for you. Excuse me while I look down at my calendar because that's my catch-all here. So let's see. Tuesday, March 23rd, of course. Melba Carter is live, and she has been an art instructor for years and years and years, and she's going to come in and teach us neat art stuff. I'm particularly interested in the gouache paint, and hopefully that's pronounced correctly, but if it isn't. But anyway, so she'll be in, and she will be talking about acrylics and answering questions and talking about basic shading and all that kind of stuff, so that's great. Okay, Thursday, March 25th, Jeff Haney is coming in, and he is going to be coloring one of his own coloring books for the first time. He's got his Ohuhu markers in. He sent me a picture, which was hysterical, and he also has his Prismacolor pencils and a sharpener and all the other stuff that we're going to need. Hi, Julie. Good to see you. So he is coming in the 25th. Now, a new thing that I just posted, Ruth Sanderson is going to be on live in her group Wednesday, March 31st. And the really neat thing about that is she's going to be coloring her Little Foxes book, and that's the book that we talked about when she came on live. So she's all excited about that. She decided to release it, and based on our conversation, and so she's not only is she releasing that, but she is I'm so sorry, but she is going to be demoing it on the 31st. So lots of fun with that. And I have a tentative artist coming in, let's see, Thursday, April 1st. As soon as I finalize the arrangements with that, you will be able to meet her, and lots of neat stuff happening. So, hey, we got good stuff going on, and I hope you guys listen. I really need you to watch announcements. This is a very busy, active group, and you really need to be keeping up on announcements so that you know what's going on. Okay, so let me switch camera here, get my studio lights on. All right. And we will get you switched. There we go. Zoom in. Zoom in. All right, let me make sure my voice control. Zoom in. Zoom in. There we go. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right. So lots to tell you. Hello to everybody that's coming in. Welcome to those of you dropping in the room. Hi, Mary. Welcome to those of you who are up in the balcony watching. There's Lila. So we've got Julie, Mary, and Lila in here so far, plus other people. Please don't be shy about saying hello, guys. Say hello and then go up into the balcony. Okay. So let's talk about a couple of things and then we'll get coloring here. So first of all, shout out to Sherry McKeska. She's not in here yet, but she usually pops in. She is doing a beautiful, beautiful piece with skin color. She's all sorts of nervous about it. but I wanted to show you that. Is that not a beautiful piece? And look at the way that she's doing her skin tones. I love it. I love it. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful job. So what do I guys always tell you? Quit criticizing yourselves. And then the other piece I want to show you real quick. Well, dang, I didn't take a picture of it. Shout out to Sandra Shelley, who is doing the Cinderella from Ruth Sanderson. Oh my gosh, guys, she is knocking it out of the park. Let's see if I can find it real quick to show it to you. There we go. So this is being done by Sandra Shelley. It is the grayscale. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And again, this is one of Ruth Sanderson's book, if I didn't mention that. I love the job that she did. So when she pops in, guys, let's mention it to her, and Sherry. Just remind me, Lila. Absolutely beautiful. You guys are coming along beautifully. Kicking and screaming, but you're coming along. Oh my gosh. So yeah, let's check a couple things here while I'm doing this. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, here's my picture of Jeff Haney for that event that's coming up. You know, he loves his putty tats. Hi, Wanda. Good to see ya. Hi, Pearl. So we know that he loves his putty tats. All right. Okay, so I've got a couple things to show you, and then we'll get coloring. Jeff is the cat man, that's right. And Wanda, so sorry about you guys losing Mike. Thank you for letting me know. So come on in, Wanda, tonight, and just curl up and enjoy what we're doing here. I think it's Monkey, Julie. I think the cat that he's got is Monkey. We'll have to ask him. Oh, it's Loci? Loci? No, it's Monkey, I believe. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show you. I ordered up some eyeshadow in the tan skins. This is one of the color palettes I was telling you about. I'm sure it has, Wanda. I'm so sorry. So this is the color palette that I ordered. And as you can see, it is the browns. So I've got some really natural, good browns coming in probably about from here. Yeah, from here on, even from here on. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll swatch them. Well, Wanda, just come in and relax, and hopefully you can forget things for a while. So this is the color set that I picked up. And like I said, I'll probably go ahead and swatch them just to get an idea, particularly on the browns. We'll see. If not, when I go to use it, I'll just go ahead and put a little on some paper before I use it, and then I'll decide which ones I want to use. Now, what I wanted to show you is I talked about the ingredient list, and the first item should be mica. Well, in this particular set, which is fine, the first item is talc. So there's talc, mica, and titanium dioxide. Yeah, Maddie's family is having a problem. They're sick. They thought it was COVID, and it's something else. So I wanted to show you this list because I'm recommending to get eyeshadow with mica as the first ingredient. If you don't, no big deal, but I just wanted to show you what the ingredient lists look like. All right. So this stuff is called Magic Eyeshadow, and I liked it because of the colors. And it was Maddie or Lila that picked up some eyeshadow. Lila, because it was Canadian. She put the Canadian link on there that's got a really great spread of dark shadows for African American skin. Okay, so that's that. That is that. Alrighty. Yeah, there is a lot of brown in yours. When budget permits, I'll probably pick up that set as well. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you is, let me get this out of the way, is I picked up some liquid pearls that are made by another company, and they call these Nuvo, N-U-V-O, and they call them crystal drops. Zoom in. And this stuff, I haven't tried it. I will try it on a project. I really don't want to use it right now because, you know, this stuff is relatively expensive and I just don't want to do a dot for not having something to do it on. So when I find a project, I will certainly go ahead and do that. These are 1 ounce bottles. Let me verify that. Yeah, 1 fluid ounce of material. Whereas, and I bought another bottle of liquid pearls for myself just so that I'd have it, particularly the clear, whereas the liquid pearls are 1/2 an ounce. So you can see the difference, and if this stuff works, this Nuvo works, as well as, whoops, the liquid pearl, then we'll be in really good shape. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, please tell me we didn't lock up. Okay, we're good. So we'll see how that goes, and like I said, I will be playing with them. Now, I have another product coming in that I'll show you when it comes in. I'm not going to give away the secret right now. But anyway, on this Nuvo, I've got what they call a clear. And then I have this is called bottle green. That's the name of it, like a bottle, like a bottle. And this is called, hold on, this is a pale gold. And this is called rhubarb crumble. So that's a nice little red. And this one is called, what is this one called? Copper penny. So, yeah, I'm stealing your Amazon, man. So that's the 5 colors that I have, and we'll see how they roll. Okay, let me set these aside. Rita from Guatemala. Hi, Rita. How are you? So let's play around with some coloring tonight. I'm going to work on the door a little more. Don't have too much more to do, actually. And I will work on my pirate. Good, Rita. At least you'll know where your Amazon guy is until you get out of jail, says Lila. Okay. Rita, when are you coming to the U.S.? I forgot what the dates were. Okay, so again, this is Summer Nights by Hannah Karlzon. Zoom out. I showed you how to do the dimension on the flowers. And we played around with the concrete wall. And I added the lines on the door to make the June 3rd. Okay. April, May, June. Okay. You'll just have to remind us when you're in the U.S. Hopefully you can join us in the broadcast as well. But if not, we certainly understand, because you'll have other neat things to do. Okay. And my paper towel has managed to disappear again. Da, da, da. Thank you for all the comments on my African American lady. She did turn out really well. I am pretty happy with her. Let's see here. Da, da. And by the way, guys, too, is if you are in other groups and you can do it, please, when you see people asking questions about getting help, if you'll direct them to the group. Yeah, you will have to stay home in isolation. That's right. Lila was in a Johanna Bosford group, and someone asked how to do grayscale, and Lila gave them the information to our group, and the person joined and said, saw information about you in a Johanna Bosford group. That's right. The Amazon man is our version of Santa Claus. There you go. Okay. Let's play. Let us play. Your 80th birthday, Rita, in April. Wow. How cool is that? So do you consider yourself a young 80? Do, do. Do, do, do. Excuse me, I'm just thumping my sharpener. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and play with our leaves on the left. Oh, cool, Wanda. She says she just bought a couple grayscale sampler packs from Etsy. 20 beautiful moonlight pictures. Wow. Why don't you go ahead and post that in the group? Okay, so let's go ahead and balance this out. This is one of those I should have done the left-hand side first, but I wasn't thinking. My bad. I really need to pay attention to that. Okay, so the leaves coming off of the flowers are the lighter green. Rita's like the Energizer Bunny. Do, do, do. Ooh, and I missed a leaf up here. All right, Rita, 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 yay. So Rita, did you have any trouble getting permission to travel into the United States with all this COVID garbage? Okay. Da, 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 da. Zoom in. I can't wait to show you what I just picked up for additions to coloring books. I think you guys will get a kick out of it. All right. While I'm coloring, I also want to welcome everybody that's new, that's coming in. Please, please, please do not hesitate to speak up. Oh, so because they've been strict in Guatemala, the U.S. is allowing travel. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yes, we've got a lot of things coming up, guys. So I really, as Lila mentioned, please share your video. Please share the event announcements. And by the way, as what Maddie just did, is if you're going to step out, would you please just say, do a BRB, just so we know. Da, da. All right, so let's get this little guy done. Da, da, da. And by the way, thank you too for all the comments on this particular piece. You guys seem to really like it as well. It's a good one. And since I added especially the concrete block background and the concrete blocks around the door, and that's what I do, guys, is just show you innovative ways to add stuff. Okay. And I am so tickled about Ruth Sanderson. She got so excited about us talking about her Little Foxes book. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I just thought that was pretty cool. She loved the discussion in the group about her Little Foxes group. So she is releasing it on Amazon. Okay, so I've got a little bit of lighter green down here. All right. I just want to balance everything and make sure that we've got... Oh, you ordered 3 of her books? And she was really glad to learn about people, that they're not upset with split pages, side-by-side pages. Oh yeah, I got excited about that little book too. It's so funny, when she was holding the copy that she had, and I saw that it said proof copy on it, and she goes, well, I'll send you this book. And I was going to say, no, 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 don't do that. But she already arrived at that conclusion before I said anything, so that was cool. Okay, so I'm going ahead and I'm filling in these leaves. Oh, Lila, what book was that you came across? Welcome to everybody that's stepping in. Not to be confused with the 2-step. Oh, the Fox's Travels. Gotcha. Do, 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 do. I'm in a really good mood tonight, so I'm going to be humming along with my background music. Da-dum. Okay. So we'll go ahead. I'm using marker on a page that's been sprayed with Karlzon. Hey, Melissa. So as I recommended before, is that you go ahead and when you've got a bunch of leaves like we do, is pop them, go ahead and color them, pop in their color. Did you miss anything important? Well, yeah, you need to watch it from the beginning. I talked about some new drops that I got that are comparable to liquid pearl. And Ruth Sanderson is going to be doing a broadcast around her book, The Little Foxes. Ta-da! Oh, and the other cool thing she said is she is going to Sandra. Hi. Sandra, what a drop dead gorgeous picture on Ruth Sanderson. Absolutely beautiful on that grayscale. Wow. Yeah, Melissa, if you come in a few minutes later, you really should just catch the beginning. Okay, and I've got a little bit of a beigey here. Oh my gosh, Sandra, that Cinderella is absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Helen. Okay. So as you can see, I am matching the leaves on the left that I did the right. Pastel pencils on grayscale works better for you. Okay. Well, don't be afraid to try other mediums though, right? And for everybody in the group, you've got to check announcements. There is so much going on. And again, now I'm talking about another artist coming in April 1st. Okay. Oh yeah, and I agree, Sandra, one step at a time. It is so fun to me watching you guys grow in your skills. I think Sandra was another person that was kicking and screaming about grayscale, and then she pulls out a job like this. Okay. And again, guys, I'm just emulating the other side. And I showed you how to add some shadowing in on here to give this a dimensional effect. I missed a couple of leaves here. Well, Sandra and Wanda and Sherry, you guys know that I will lovingly kick you guys in the butt to get you over your heebie-jeebies on stuff. And once you do it, you go, oh, I'm having so much fun. Yeah. You guys are funny. La, da, da. Okay, let me get this balanced. There we go. Yep. Lila's afraid of was afraid of grayscale. And you guys heard Ruth Sanderson the other day. It's not hard. What do I keep telling you? It's not hard. Okay, let me see what I'm doing here. Okay, I think we're good there. Oh, good, Julie. Okay, you did a grayscale? Well, sure. When you post, just say feedback requested. Oh, geez, I'm seeing a blinking on the screen again. That may be a broadcasting issue. Oh, Facebook, knock it off. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead then and okay, so on these particular leaves, I went ahead and darkened in the center just to distinguish them. And going ahead and doing a little dark here. Oh, really, Lila? What makes you think that Facebook is updating and there's changes? What are you thinking? It drives me absolutely nuts when I have to come back because I do this all to video on YouTube and I have to put the videos to get, the segments together and yada, yada, yada. But that's okay. Okay. Zoom out. Okay. Now, everybody see how this is starting to balance and come out beautifully. Yeah, and if I get kicked off, you know, I'll just come back, or if the flashing gets to be too much, I'll come back in. Okay. Okie dokie smoky. Put some notes here. Da, 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 da. Yeah, what I really hate is this 4-hour limit that Facebook puts on you. Because one night we were really rolling along and boom, you know, 4 hours, that was it. Okay. Do, 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 do. So what do you guys think so far, how this is coming out? So I got to eyeball this and see. Yeah, we got a dark green here. No, Julie, I come back on. I stay on until 10 o'clock every night. And if I get kicked out, I immediately come back in. It takes me about 5 minutes or so. And I'm not looking for compliments on this. I'm looking for you guys being comfortable doing this and that you can do it as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and add some dark shading on this leaf. Similar to what I did on the other side. Oh, by the way, guys, too, when you post, if you use my name, will you tag me, please? That would be helpful. Okay, so now I'm going through. You're in withdrawal. No Amazon man today. He went to ILene's today. Oh, that's right. You got to use your key to get in the store. Maddie, when you start to type somebody's name that's in a group, like my name, for example, my name will come up in a list at the bottom, and then you click on that. And what that does, what it means to tag somebody, is that it informs them. Yeah, just start to type ILene, capital I, capital L-E-N-E, and then it'll start to come up. And then my little picture will be there, and you just click on it. on Facebook, on normal posts, just on normal posts. And also what I've noticed is sometimes you guys will be talking about me coloring something, and you'll just say on the broadcast last night. It would also be helpful if you say in, teaching adult coloring with ILene Vick, or just say live with ILene Vick, just something of that nature, because I've come to realize there are quite a few people that join our group that don't know I'm live every night. Yeah, yours is coming through as tags. Okay, hold on. But see, the name starts to turn blue. And see, that's how we tag Dawn as well. So if you're coloring something of Dawn's, it's always neat to tag her, and then she can see that one of her coloring books was referenced. Zoom in. I really should have colored this side first. Oh well. Yeah, actually my Amazon guy didn't come today. It was my USPS that delivered the stuff. Okay. So we've got some really nice subtle shading going. I'm hoping Jeff is gonna no chips again tonight. What does that mean? I've got goldfish. I'll munch on those a little bit after my broadcast. Okay, guys, now remember when you add your shading, you don't want any harsh lines, right? Da-da. Mhm. And that was so funny the other night when Sandra or Ruth Anderson. Sandra Shelley says, I've got 3 more days in Amazon lockdown. Did anybody else enjoy that comment when Ruth was talking about tinting? Tinting. And I'm thinking, yes, yes, you go, girl. Okay, and then don't be afraid to use your finger on similar colors just to smooth everything out. Lila can't order anything on Amazon until her birthday in May. And then what? Are you making a list then Lila, as I show you new stuff, or what's the deal? And then on your birthday, you're going to like order everything? Well, Julie, the thing is I've been talking about tinting since everybody's come into this group, and that's really my big word. So Lila's got a list. Oh man, I don't even want to see that list. So you're going to get all that stuff then in May? Okay, what's going on? You're going to hear thumping again. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. I've got some areas in between where I missed my concrete block. I really don't have much more to do on this, guys. And again, for those of you that are new, it's not what I'm coloring, it's how I'm coloring that should interest you. So if I'm coloring something that you've already done, or it doesn't float your boat, it doesn't matter. You have a list on Amazon Canada and a list on Amazon USA. No, I won't order everything. My lists are too long. Oh, that's funny. How many things make a full basket on Amazon? Infinity and beyond. Zoom out. Now, notice that as I'm getting in closer to the door on the concrete block, I'm making the concrete block a little darker, so it goes darker, 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 and then goes to this. So you want to step out that shadowing so that it makes sense. So in between here, it's darker, and then it's getting lighter, getting lighter, getting lighter, and then it matches the stuff on the, or the blocks on the outside. Okay. And then last time I talked to you guys, I told you about outlining the floral on the outside. So we just outlined the right-hand side there. Okay. And for anybody new, I always use a paper towel. Yeah, the little circles. Yeah, I'm thinking my new pearl drops. I think that would be phenomenal. I just got to pick out a good color. Da, 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 da. I don't really want to use stickles. Okay, now for those of you that didn't see this last time, I'm just outlining these pieces that are towards the outside. No, I don't think gel pen would be distinct enough. And as I mentioned, I really don't want to do a glitter on it. Any guesses on as to how many items are on my Canadian wish list? 36. Okay. It's got to be 3 figures, says Sandra Shelley. Okay, Lila, how many? Who's closest? Oh my gosh, 135? Oh my gosh. Good grief, Lila. Well, the 3 figures guess was right. Okay, so how many are on your American list? I think that would be a smaller gift or list. I'm going to guess 12 on the American list. Hit the lottery. Yeah, the Canadian lottery. Okay, everybody see now how I'm darkening the left-hand side of this like I did the right? And does everybody see now how everything is starting to really pop forward? That's redundant. Pop forward. 20 on the, okay, so, yeah. Doo, doo. All right, so again, I'm going to darken my gray closer to my door block, concrete block. Doo, doo, doo. We may have to form a support group. What, to discourage people from buying art supplies? I don't think so. Okay, now notice, guys, how I went ahead on this block and did some angle marks on here just to give it more of a concrete blocky look. No, no intervention. Yeah, we have to support each other to buy. Yes, Maddie. Okay, anybody have any questions so far about what I'm doing? You were awfully quick to buy those PDFs. Hey, when you see something that touches you, you know that that's something that you want. So, okay. Now, the thing you want to be really careful of, we're okay with getting streaky on the concrete block, because that's what concrete block does. But you may have to go back and re-emphasize your lines, your division lines a little bit on the block themselves, which is also fine. Just be sure that you don't do, you know, like super straight. Like this block right here, I made a little more rounded. And in some instances, you only have to put the suggestion of the block, and the person's mind will fill it in. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Hard to tell. And I missed a leaf. I've had a couple things that I've looked at, and I immediately knew that I wanted it. That America book that Jean got the group. I mean, I really wanted that one. Okay. So now what I'm doing is I'm just using my gray to fill in my areas here. And then to darken with the gradation out to the outside. So Lila's USA list went to 26. Oh. So Lila, how come you have two lists? Is this just stuff that you can't get in Canada? Okay, now along the bottom here, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add a line for the concrete block and color that in as well. And again, you want that bottom block to be a little bit ragged so it looks more realistic. And you want to do the same over here, because remember, I just penciled this in, right? So now I'm coming back with my tinting gray, and I made that bottom a little wavy. And now I'm going ahead and adding my other shades of gray. And some of you were asking how to do brick for Dawn's contest. How come there's only 7 entries in that, by the way, guys? That surprised me. Be sure you get them in that folder. Zoom out. Zoom out. Looking pretty cool. Now, you also notice that this side went faster. And that's because I basically had shown you on the right side what I was doing. You decided not to do the contest. Why? Okay. Julie, pop into announcements. Dawn Denise Boyer, who is a coloring book artist, donated an image for us to color out of her Compass Roses. No, out of the her Williamsburg book. Oh, all right, Wanda. So you may want to consider entering that because she's giving away her books to the winners. Okay, now we've talked about mushrooms, straightforward to do. And that is, okay. All right, hold on again. Yeah, Julie, that's the picture that's got that wagon in it and all the brick on the ground. Okay, now don't forget when doing mushrooms, you want your 3 blendable colors. Zoom in. And you can use marker if you want on your mushrooms. Zoom in. And when you use your marker, because we pre-sprayed with the Karlzon, is just go ahead and put that in and then mush it a little with your finger. And you're going from a dark to a lighter color towards the base. And will you guys please get back in the habit of posting as a WIP, work in progress, whatever you're working on when we're doing live? All right. Da, da, da. Let's see, and while I've got this purple in hand, I'll just go ahead and do another one. And then I'll go ahead and blend in some of this blue. And that's still marker, so as long as you can blend in a comparable color, you can do that. And then I'll go ahead and use a light blue. Hi, Ronnie. Ronnie, don't forget to catch announcements at the beginning. Okay. And this one, I'm going to take the blue all the way down, but I'm also going to make the blue in the center a little darker. So it still gives you that three-tier effect, T-I-E-R. Okay. And then one of the classic scenarios for blending is the red, orange, yellow, which I'm going to go ahead and do. Don't forget the back blend. And then we do a little yellow here. And actually it's more of a gold than it is the yellow. Now this one I'm just going to go with the red and the orange. And notice that I'm not putting in any green hues on my mushrooms because of all the green that we have on the leaves. All right. And I'm doing a dark, a medium, and a light purple on this one. Is everybody clear on mushrooms? Okay. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. Yeah, Julie, it's just a matter of your darker color at the top. You have 3 comparable colors that will blend into each other. And if you only have room for 2, that's fine as well. Zoom in. Okay. Oh, okay, that's good, Julie. Now, on this one, I'm just going to start with the pink. And then go into an orange. Okay. Ta-da. Okay. I think I'm going to get a different red. Yeah, that drafting brush is absolutely wonderful. Love it. Okay, 2 more mushrooms to do and we're done with those. Zoom in. So I've got a slightly different reddish orange now. Yeah, I see that underneath the mushrooms. I sure do. And I think I'm going to go with this red. There we go. Darken that one up just a little bit more. And if you don't have enough red on your top, you can go ahead and grab a marker and pop that color on top, and that'll brighten it up like I just did. Zoom out, zoom out. Okay. Okie dokie smoky. So zoom out. And then I just need to fill in some of this gray. And again, you want it to shade closer to the block that's around the door. So keep that consistent. And then I've got one mushroom where that little underside needs to be done. Zoom in. And underneath the undersides of my mushrooms, this is where I'll do an underside like this. And then I'll come in with a darker brown. And I'll color near that base. You see how I'm doing that? Zoom in, zoom in. I'll color near that base and splay that out. So that we've got some dimension under there. Okay, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Okay, now I want you to specifically see now the difference between the left and the right sides. Let me grab a little water. This is where I added a shadow behind the mushrooms and the leaves. And this is where I haven't done it yet. Everybody see how big difference? Okay, is that what you're talking about, Wanda? So this is specifically what I want you to see. How dimensional this side looks and how flat this side looks. Now, normally you would take just beneath the bottom of the blue one, right here, beneath the red one to the right of that, right here. Okay. So normally I would take the color of the item that you're shading. So in other words, you would take a green shade. But in this case, I'm taking a very dark gray and I'm outlining everything with it. So I've got a Brett Funer or Brute Funner. And now what I'm going to do, and it's the same difference when I did the lady with the red hair that Melissa got us. I'll be going back and using black in that hair to shade and cause that depth. Same difference. Zoom in. And all I'm doing is going on the line itself with my darkest gray and then coming out just a little bit. And again, I should be starting over here on the left. And what's going to happen now is that's going to give you that dimensional effect. The gray is one of those colors. No, I'm using the gray because that is associated with a shadow. And the reason I'm using gray instead of black is because the gray, your brain sees that as a shadow. Some shadows are not 100% black. So the gray gives you a nice subtle shade. Always helps when I stay in view of camera. And I'm concentrating on that line and then just coming out just a little bit lighter and lighter. Do you see now how everything is starting to look that dimensional? Now, don't forget your stems. Keep your pencil sharp. And you don't have to get carried away with it. You just want to be subtle with it. And sometimes that's what beginners will do who are watching what I'm doing. There's a method to my madness here. I'm not just, slamming down gray lines next to this stuff. I'm doing it close and then coming out just a little bit and getting lighter as I come out. Zoom out. Now, everybody see how that side is starting to pop out. And I also noticed our flickering stopped. Okay, what's going on here? Sorry for the thumping. The way to explain it about putting this color in is let your brain do the work. All you have to do is suggest at the shadowing, and your brain will take care of the rest of it. And artists know that, so they paint and color in such a way. They paint suggestions, and your brain fills in the rest of it. Okay. And I always want you to think about what you're doing when you're doing this kind of coloring. All right, everybody see now how that left side looks really cool now? So I'm doing both the mushrooms and the stems. Don't just do the tops of the mushrooms. And don't forget your little doohickeys here down at the bottom. I have no idea what they are, so I'm calling them doohickeys. All right. Everybody see the difference now? Okay. Anybody have any questions so far? Let's see what we're going to do with this door. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into with this door. So at the moment, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. So at the moment, I'm going to continue the black on the hinge. And then we have a little hinge pin right here. Let me move you down here. And again, the top of the hinges and the bottom. And if you want, you can make those a little bit bigger, the tops and bottom. Don't be afraid to add to your books, guys. That's the whole thing that I always talk to you about. Okay. All right, now I've got a real pretty blue here. And this is a blue Pilot pen. And the reason that I'm using this blue is because I want to pick up the blue from the flowers. And I've got so much metallic going on with the door that at this point I feel we can get a little bit decorative. Okay, let's pull you up here. And I think this blue is going to look really cool. You'll see that when I pull out. Zoom out. And I missed a spot. Accidentally jumped over it. Yes, it's a regular Pilot pen. It's a G2 size 05. And they come in various colors. Okay. Let me grab my light gray. I just noticed a spot that I missed down here too. There we go. Yeah, it's just at the very bottom here. Yeah, it's just a regular Pilot pen. Hey, anything that comes in colors, I'm looking at for use. Now, don't forget to periodically clean your pen off on your paper towel. And what that does is it sucks the ink out and wipes away the wax that's accumulating on the tip. Zoom in. Pull you here a little bit. And what you need to do when you're doing something like this is take your time and give the ink a chance to come out into that thickness and density that you want. You want the application to be as smooth as possible. Zoom out. Oh, really? That bunny piece that Helen donated is a challenge? Okay. Yeah, and that's another thing too about tagging is when we have an artist generous enough to donate a free piece, that's really where the tagging gets important. Because when you tag them, you're saying thank you. They can look at your work and they appreciate it, and then they'll probably be more likely to donate additional pieces. And as Sandra mentioned, when you clean your pen out and your paper towel, make sure it doesn't bleed through to whatever you have your paper towel laying on. Lila, did you get your problem settled with your liquid pearls with the air bubbles? Oh, Sandra, that's great. You tagged Ruth on your Cinderella picture and she commented on it. Sweet. What'd she think? Did she have any suggestions for you? Oh, she loved it? Yeah. My gosh, Sandra, that was drop dead gorgeous piece. You know, when I first looked at that, Sandra, I thought your apples were a little light, but I didn't say anything at the time. And I'm glad I didn't because I like the lighter apples. They look more natural than what we get in the grocery store. And the main reason that I held off saying anything was I wanted to see how the rest of it was going to come together. All right, let me pull out a second so you can see how neat this door is starting to look. Zoom out. Everybody see how cool that door is looking? Now, why? Because we've got blues, well, we've got purples in here, and so that blue in that doorway now is starting to pick that up, and your eye now is starting to see everything. So look how gorgeous that looks. Zoom in. And don't be afraid, guys. Oh, you took notice of what she said in the live show about how different colors come out when converted to grayscale? Yeah. Yeah, such as the red comes out dark. Yeah. What I was glad to hear from her is she definitely wants to continue doing coloring books. She's really getting a kick out of doing them. Okay. So I'm working around that hinge. All right. And another thing that I want you to see, and I failed to do it over here, is I didn't go over the black line with my blue pen. Take me 2 seconds. And that was another interesting point that Ruth made about you want to get rid of those lines. And what I thought was really neat is she ended up echoing a lot of things that I've told you. Okay, see how cool that is looking? Well, look who just fell in the door. Trouble with a capital T. Good grief. Do we have to put up with Jeff now? Hey, Jeff, did you see any of the broadcast with Ruth? Oh, there you go. My gosh. We have all these artists knocking on the door now. All right.
Hello. Yes.
So now we have.
I did. Yes, I did. I saw Ruth.
Did you watch the entire thing?
I did. I was not able to watch the entire thing. My wife and I watched part of it.
Yeah.
I need to go back.
Yeah, and that is certainly understandable. Do you know that she ended up staying with us for 3.5 hours?
Hey, I believe it. She's amazing. You know, I've been following her work since the 80s.
I had absolutely no idea that she had done all those books and all those book covers. And that just blew me away. And did you hear the part that she does puzzles as well?
You know, I did not hear that part. I wonder who. Yeah, I have to look and see who she's published with.
Yeah, I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now, but when she mentioned some company, and my apologies, I don't remember who it is, but yeah, she does puzzles, and I'll bet you she would be more than happy to talk to you if you have any questions about her experience with doing that. So, because I mean, that's up to you, of course, but when I heard that, I immediately thought of you.
Oh, thank you. I've been meaning to kind of call her and get to know her. I mean, I've been following her work since the 80s. She was in a group of a lot of fantasy artists that I was following, in the early 80s, around 80, I want to say about 85, 86 is when I first got introduced to her work. And then I've been following it ever since. And I always knew her as an illustrator. And I've seen some of her originals and been to shows where she's had work in it, but I've never met her in person. But I just, from everything I've seen, she seems to be really a real cool person, incredible artist.
Yes, she is down to earth, and I mean, oh my gosh, she took out. She's like up to her eyeballs in a major project right now, and
Yeah.
she likes to start doing her work about the time that we were broadcasting, and
Yeah.
she blew off, well, not blew off, but blew out 3.5 hours just to talk to our group. So
Yeah.
yeah, she's very, very generous. Um, she gave me her private phone number. Do you have it?
You know, I don't, but you know what? I think I'm just gonna text her,
Yep.
or message her and do that and touch base with her. She did send me an invite to this new thing, coloring event that she's doing.
Yes.
Um, but you know what I think what you're gonna find for the most part is all of these artists, Ruth's a great example, you know, been doing it for so long, and they're just, most all of them are really nice, great people. You know, they get it, they understand. They take time with students, helping them with their, you know, career counseling kind of thing. And I find when I was a young artist getting into the industry and I would contact a lot of these artists, they would always take the time to look at my portfolio and give me help and suggestions. So it's it really is kind of a real tight-knit community. And you got to remember too, a lot of these artists like Ruth have been doing it for so long, they know so many in the industry and the fantasy realm, and then of course now the color book realm and children's books. So she's been doing, she started early on doing, I think that was the first thing I bought of hers, was one of her children's books. I'm trying to remember. I was actually looking to see if I could find it, but yeah, she's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and of course, obviously, before I gave you her number, I would ask her if it was okay. I will. What I'll do is I'll send her a text. So, are you looking to talk to her about the puzzles, or just talk to her in general?
Oh, you know, really, you know, the puzzles is just part of it. I actually just want to talk to her because we know a lot of the same people, and she's one of those people that, you know, we've kind of been in the same circles for years, but we've never like met each other in person.
Yeah.
You know, that happens pretty often. I mean, there's people in Facebook that I've never met face to face, but I've known their careers for, you know, 20 years or whatever. And then when we finally do hook up on Facebook or a phone call, it's like, hey, you know, I've known you for a long time, and yeah, I've seen your work too. This stuff. It's kind of cool. It's a neat family.
Yeah. Well, I'll send her just a quick message, and you know, when you're ready, follow up with that. And but you're right, I'm sure that she would talk to you, so that would be wonderful.
Oh yeah, feel free to do that. That would be great. That just gives me a little bit of extra motivation to give her a call.
Exactly.
So
exactly. But yeah, she's good people. Okay, so what page are we coloring now?
I haven't got that far yet.
Oh,
I haven't picked that. I'm going to do it. I'll do that, and then I'll get back with you and tell you which one it is. Actually, that's the next thing. I wanted to check all your posts, and I shared that to all my pages and groups, and now I'll pull a page together and kind of decide what will be I've got these. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. These are amazing.
These
are amazing. Now, I promised you I wouldn't color, but I did want to just test and get a feel for just get a general feel of the marker, the colored pencil on it, and then use this Prismacolor blender to do that. So, you know, and I've got the whole set of Prismacolor pencils. I'm locked and loaded and ready to go.
When you got your Ohuhus, did you get the ones that have the brush and the chisel? No, the brush and the teeny tiny. Yeah, it's the brush and the teeny tiny end. Is that the ones you got?
Yeah, that's the ones I got.
Okay. Yeah, they are wonderful.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah, I do like them. And then I've got my headset. The headset's going to come in Monday. I got a bunch of stuff coming in. The headset, and so that way I can be hands-free. And then I'm going to get a setup where I can do my phone like this down, you know, do it where I can, you know, kind of do it on my board so, you know, everybody can see me coloring. So anyway, you guys, I'm excited to spend time with all you guys out there.
Well, we're going to have
everybody comment.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this, and people are starting to chomp at the bit to see this. Now, the one thing I'll send you a text about my overhead setup that I got. Do not get one with a gooseneck. Absolutely, do not get one with a gooseneck, because that'll bounce on you. So I'll show you what I've got, and then you can decide from there. Okay. Oh, so your wife is in the arts as well. We were wondering about that.
Yeah, she is. She's. She has an art history degree, and
Yeah.
she does wonderful stuff. She does a lot of collage and assemblage type work, and then we work together with the cat. We all pitch in on the online business, do all the shipping orders and all that kind of stuff. Of course, we
Okay.
do the work in the cat and supervise, but you know,
Did
yeah.
you?
So I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work, and then this is what the cats are doing.
You better believe it.
It's like, Mikey, say hello to your fans. Say hello, Mikey. Say hello, Mikey. Mikey, I
This
buy
day.
some treats. I even have a little treat thing right by my computer. That's right. He's like, yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Ooh, what is that in the bottle?
Treats?
Yeah.
They're treats. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to give you. Here, no, you don't get on. Don't. Well, come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, come here. There you go. Right there. There you go.
He says, "Hey, I was sleeping, and you know."
There we go. Yeah, you got the treats. Good boy. There you go. So, what were you going to say? Yeah, what were you going to say? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
Oh,
you.
no, no, no. I was just thinking. Okay, do you know what book that you wanted to pick out of yet, or does it not matter, or what are you thinking?
Well, first of all, let's talk. Do we want to do line work or grayscale,
Um,
or one of each?
yeah, you know, we can do one of each, and if it takes more than one night to do that, that would be fine. That's up to you as well. We can
Okay.
split the nights if we have to. I just think that we should do a line art just for your sake, because then you can see how I blend the markers and stuff like that.
Okay.
This one looks pretty neat, the one with the cat sitting at the writing my memoirs.
Yeah,
And
that's great. We could do
that
that one. That one. I mean,
that's out of,
that's
go ahead.
no. Let's do something out of that book. So let's choose that book.
Okay.
And let's do the. I call it writing my memoirs. Let's do that one. That one right there.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Yeah, and the reason that that'll be really cool is because there's a lot you can do with the cafe curtain. Let's see, I think I'm pulled out
Yep.
as far as, oh no, there we go. We can do a lot with
There
the
you go.
cafe curtain. There's a lot with the flowers. There's a lot we can do with the, you know, scarf. So this, I think, would be perfect. And you have not blended with markers, is that correct?
Well, I've done with I have not with colored markers. I use grayscale markers for my concept work. But you know, I have worked with markers quite a bit. The
Okay.
the thing that these new color markers is, you know, there's not they don't have all the different degrees of value like my uh, grayscale markers, which I do a lot of
Okay.
good. But you know what? That's what I'm excited about is using markers and the color pencil on top. Um, you know, I'm excited about doing that. I mean, that's a fun for me, and also may even do something else I may do depending on the time is because I'm going to print out the drawing on good paper for me to work on. I have piece of paper um, that I think will handle the marker and the pencil a little bit better. I
Mm-hmm.
might even do some washes, but I just want to be spontaneous and just kind of see what
Oh,
everybody's interested in. I want to talk about art principles too and
okay.
answer any questions and I just have a good time. It'll
Okay,
be
and
fun.
you're breaking up a little bit. You said you might also want to what? You said marker, pencil, and then what was your third item?
I might do some washes.
Wash.
washes.
Oh,
Washes.
washes. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like 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 watercolor wash or something like that. Maybe afterwards or something. I'm going to be doing markers and pencil mostly.
Okay. Question came up. What are grayscale markers? What are those? That was my question too.
Yeah, let me show you what I use for. Let me go find. Let's see what I've got on my here. My drawing table. Might have them in the other room. Oh, here they are right here. Here, let me flip it around. So they're made by Prismacolor, and what they are is they're different. This is a French gray marker, and it's 50%, which is the value.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's another one. Oops, here, move this stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, you want to move? Yeah, that's okay.
And then here's like a 30% gray. And
Ah.
so here I'll show you what it does. Hang on, let me since I'm holding up. So like this is 30% gray.
Oh, sure.
Okay? All right, and then if I grab this next one, which is 50% gray, no, sorry, I'm taking the top off here.
That's all right.
Then, when I go over it, it's darker.
Yeah.
But it, I mean, that's when I'm doing my concept work, like here's a little sketch. When I'm doing my concept work, I do line work, and then I do these on top of it.
Ah.
Yeah, see, I just do it for tonality.
That makes sense.
I was just playing around with the color, but yeah. So yeah, I use the grayscale marker, and probably now that I got these color markers, I'll probably start using those a little bit, with my concept work.
Yeah.
So let me show you.
I was going to say, check your Ohuhus and see if there's anything in there that strikes your fancy.
These are all. See, this is how my paintings start, with these little sketches, these little ideas. They're just rough little sketches.
Uh-huh.
Like these are all different ideas for paintings. And then, let's see. So like, here's a little sketch.
Oh, yeah.
And then like here is a little sketch of pirates.
So when you do your sketches, that's where you add the shades of gray, and then you, do full-fledged paintings from that with those values in mind, or are these for your coloring books?
No, this is for my, I'll show you a better sketch. No, these are for my, I'll say this is my method as far as an artist. I will do, when I'm planning a painting, I will do all these little sketches and ideas.
Right.
And once I get one I'm really liking, then I'll do some tone on it. And what it is, it's a value study. That's why I'm not using color. Like these are all paintings I haven't done yet. This is a fun one. This is an underwater.
Oh, yeah.
Water swimming, but you see the feeling and the essence of it. And then I could just do a full-fledged
painting,
detailed drawing, painting or drawing. I mean, like so many foot, like this one right here is, called the Bird Channel. It's the back of the heads of a bunch of
okay.
And here's one here. This is my idea. So I call my sketchbook my little visual playground.
Okay, got ya.
It's my inspirations. And the thing is if I can record the essence of a painting down really quick, then I got it. It's like a snapshot.
Yeah.
And then I can come back, work this out into a full-fledged painting. This is kind of, here's more fish sketches. These are all environment ideas. So anyway, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to get off on that, but that is my process doing my painting.
Yeah.
My work. My color books, actually, a lot, the color books have really been my drawings.
Right.
I just do these drawings, and then I turn them into line drawings or grayscale. I'm going to give a sneak peek right now, a real quick sneak peek.
Ooh.
This is one I'm working on right now. I don't know if I've showed this one or not. This will be a color page at some point. This is called Cosmic Donuts.
Oh
Did I show
yeah,
this one or not?
yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay. So this will be and so if you look at it like really think of it just as design.
Yeah.
I just got this like cool star shape on the bottom of this UFO.
Yeah.
And then I have all these little patterns. So I was kind of a natural to do color books because I'm already breaking things down into shapes and patterns to color. Like you can already see how that could easily, be a, color book page with these details.
Exactly.
I mean, look at the eyes of the aliens. Like this would be fun to color.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
Cool.
anyway.
So yeah,
that's part of it.
Yeah, so that's I understand now, that's your tonal book is to just set the values of it. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, when we're coloring, I'm gonna talk more about and answer any questions if people ask. I love to talk about lighting too, and tones, tonality, values, and lighting. Those are all things that are kind of behind the scenes. And if you like the drawing you got showing right there, that one, if you notice with my work, what I like to do is that is line work, but there's a tad bit of grayscale in it. Okay,
I can see it.
And that's just to help people. I kind of made decisions on the lighting to kind of help people look at how things are lit with just even the newer books. I'm pulling back the grayscale even more, so that way it's real subtle in case somebody does want to change the lighting, they can, if they want to have the lighting coming from a different direction.
Gotcha.
So
that's perfect. Okay, now what you need to do, if we're going to talk about using markers on this, because I will also print this onto cardstock when I go to do it, you want to go ahead and give that a base spray of Karlzon. And what that does is that allows you then to blend the markers, and I will show you that as well. So
perfect.
Yeah,
I'll do that. I'll do that first. Way I don't stink up the studio, because that Karlzon smells up the whole studio.
Yeah. Question: are you going to put this picture on the group so the group can color along? Are you okay with that?
Yes, I can do that. I'll do that.
Okay, so you're okay with that? Okay.
Yeah. I would just ask nobody in the group share it outside of the group. That's all I'd ask, is that it doesn't go like online, as a freebie, because I don't think I've done this one as a freebie online. So
okay.
If everybody doesn't mind that, have fun coloring it, just don't share it outside of the group.
Okay.
I'm about the actual original for other people to color, sharing your coloring and all that, that's fine. But just sharing it outside of the group, then people will share and share and share, and then it'll be on all the color book groups.
Exactly. I'm wondering if there's a way that we could mark this, oh man, just to, that it's just going to be for our special coloring. Let me think about that as well. If you have any hesitancy at all about sharing it, uncolored, that's fine, because people can watch what we're doing. It's totally up to you.
Oh, no. I want to share it. I'll send it to you. I'd love for everybody to color along with us. Oh, please do. Yeah, no,
okay.
I was just meaning sharing it outside of your group.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not I'm not actually sharing it technically as a freebie to go all over the internet.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Since it's been published in one of my books. I have other, some of you may not know, but if you go to my website, I do have some freebies there And then also in my coloring book group, there's freebies that I have, and I'll be sharing more freebies at some point.
Okay. And did you have a chance to read your background description on the announcement when I made the announcement of the color along?
Let's see.
Yeah, if you want to take a, I mean, just basically I shared your bio that you have in the coloring books, and I put it,
Okay.
I put it in there for people to read so they can read that, and I just wanted to make sure you were okay with that.
I'm perfect. That's fine. Yep, that's
Okay.
great.
Okay.
That's great. I was looking at your thing. Sorry, I'm so scattered. I have so much going on right now.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Just I come across scattered sometime, but I just, you know, I'm doing the color books and I'm doing the puzzles, and then I have 2 galleries that I'm doing artwork for. So it's my life is just kind of crazy. And then the cats don't help. I keep trying to teach them to paint, but they just don't help. So I'm like, you know.
That's
That
hysterical.
looks gorgeous. That is beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, working on that, and I'm teaching about adding the shading in the back, you know, on the sides of the flowers to make them pop up.
Yeah.
Working on the door as we were talking, and I picked up some Arteza metallic paint, so that's what the door is. You can see that.
Oh, nice. I love that metallic. So
Yeah.
is that paint?
Yeah,
It's paint?
that's paint. Let me
Okay.
show you real quick. Oh, that is Arteza. It's a box of 36, and
Yeah, okay.
all of these,
Perfect.
yeah, all of these are metallic tubes. So I picked those up, and I've got a surprise coming in for my group, also in paints. But yeah, so what I'm doing, Jeff, is I'm having everybody incorporate different mediums in their coloring pages. And
Okay.
that's why I picked up the name Queen of Custom Coloring, because, you know, and not just this, because this is pretty standard stuff, but I add stuff to my pieces, and that's what I want people to feel more comfortable with.
Yeah.
So these are little rhinestones, or little shiny half pearls that you can buy, and they're glued on there. And
Okay.
then there's also a thing called liquid pearls that when you,
Yep.
oh, you know what that is already. Okay. So you can dabble,
Yep.
you can dabble on, you know, 3-dimensional stuff. And I just purchased another brand of the liquid pearl type stuff that I'm trying out to see how that fits. That brand is called Nuvo, Nuvo. And so
Wow.
they're less expensive. They've got bigger jars, so we'll just see how that works. But my thing is getting people to add stuff and be super creative. And I just bought some more product that I'm going to show. This is on this girl here that I did, the African American lady.
Yeah.
Went ahead and added glitter to the page.
Okay.
You know, to spice that up. And so the idea is to add but not be, you know, stupid about it. So it's,
Right.
you want to enhance and not have it just to add for add. And by the way, her earring is that metallic paint for Africa. So I did that. And then the border I did in the metallic gold as well to pick all that up.
Yeah, that's great.
So this is what I want to get people comfortable with, is feeling, you know, very comfortable adding extra stuff on their things. So yeah, we're good.
So let's do that.
Okay.
I'm glad you shared that with me, because I'm going to pull out a variety of materials to do that too.
Yeah.
When we color, I have all kinds of variety of materials. I'm glad. I loved adding the 3-dimensional thing in there. I have a variety of different things I'll show you, and I'll just introduce some other things, other products and things that I use in some of my work. that fits right in with these, you know, I've got metallic paints, and
Mm-hmm.
I've got these really cool metallic pins, like 3D pin type things that are really cool, that I do on my frames. And yeah, so I'll bring a bunch of materials and we'll play. I'm looking forward to just playing.
Oh,
We'll just
yeah.
play.
I mean, I could see if there were a way to make little bows with it, or, you know, pre-tied bows, I could see having like little bows made out of ribbon. I'll look and see, but you know, just a bow, a ribbon bow, but a teeny tiny one. So it would be like maybe 1/4 of an inch, and then you could pop it on something, you know, like up in the hair or whatever. But anything that you
Yeah.
can, you see what I'm saying about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No, there's, yeah.
and Lila bought a bunch of, you can go on Amazon and they have a thing called nail art, and it's for manicurists. And it's, you know, shapes and metal shapes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're small enough that they lend themselves very well to going on coloring pages. So you can go wild with it, as long as, you know, you don't go stupid wild with it.
Right. Is that what Lila calls her bling box?
Her bling box. Yes, yes, sir.
Bling. Yeah, I thought you said bling box. Yeah.
So you.
No, that's great.
So yeah.
That, you know what? It's so cool. I'm so glad you're mentioning that, because now it takes the coloring to a whole nother level. Because, you know what, when we lived in Los Angeles, do you know what, Sherry and I, it's my wife Sherry's, you know what we did for date night once a week?
Okay, what?
We went to this incredible art store in Los Angeles. It's called Pearl Art. I don't know if they're still around.
Ooh.
And I think it was like 3 floors. It was 2 or 3 floors. So the first floor was all, you know, art materials, you know, paints and sculpture materials. The second floor was all like craft materials, like you name it, they had it. And so we would go and we would each pick one thing that we've never done before, and we would do it. And so we were doing stamping, stamp embossing. We were doing all kinds of enamel stuff. We were doing sculpey, metallic sculpey. We were doing, I mean, all these, and then all these kind of, so in other words, I have all this, like this art cabinet behind me is just full of, you know, traditional and non-traditional art materials.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun for me to just pull stuff out of the shelves and play around with it as we're going along. So I've got beads.
Oh yeah.
I've got all kinds of, beads. Beads are great. I love gluing beads on stuff.
Well, if I can just show you real quick, I've got things like these butterflies. I've got little fish. Those would be perfect for your stuff. Yep. I've got these little, you know, come on, ladybugs, you know, just anything like that. And again, as long as you don't get too, you know, stupid with it, you can just add some really neat things to stuff.
Yeah,
I've got,
these are great.
These are simple office supply stars, you know.
Yeah.
I've got little rhinestones that you can add. And again, you just got to be careful of the size of stuff, but it's absolutely endless. I went into the dollar store and found some of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, it's just, again, as long as you're classy with it. This was a neat little piece that I did. I did a lady that had a tree branches for hair, and she was standing in a river, and so we added the leaves, a couple of leaves in her hair, but also showing one that was floating along the river. So
that's great.
There's just a ton of stuff, you know, and then there's the shiny bling that you can add. So yeah, get out all your stuff and we can play with it and see what we come up with.
That's great. Yeah, I like you got blings for your blings.
Yeah, blings for my blings. That's right. All right. Well,
you know,
go ahead.
The most important thing the most important thing is just to have fun. It's just have fun, enjoy this gift of being able to create things and just enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's like you got all these cool toys. We're like big kids with toys, expensive toys, but toys.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, but see, then I have artists like, or people like you who send us gift certificates, so we're very appreciative. So we like those Amazon gift certificates. So feel free anytime. I'm
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah.
I'm just yanking your leg now. We're good. We really are.
You got all kinds of fun toys. You got all kinds of cool stuff.
We do.
Well, look, I'm gonna and get back to your coloring.
Okay.
I got back to doing some things. I just wanted to pop in real quick, and now that we're all finalized on what we're gonna color,
Yep.
we'll just have fun. All of you out there, I'm looking forward to spending time with you. Looking forward to just hanging out and just having fun and relaxing and laughing and being goofy and also I'm looking forward to any questions. You know, I'm just a big kid at heart, and I love to share. I don't really have any secrets. You know, I love sharing whatever. So it'll be fun.
And
I'm really
yeah, and if we need to go a second night, maybe we can put it off a week later just so that I have time to announce it and we can continue. So if it takes a little longer, that's fine. And also, if you want to do a grayscale as well, that's up to you. It depends what your time is. I think it would be really good for you to see how we do grayscale.
I would love to see somebody do grayscale, because I mean I kind of have an idea, but I'd like to see somebody do it, because you know the beautiful thing about the grayscale that I'm seeing, well, you can do it in this too, is like you know, when you're coloring, when you're using markers, you're putting tone on top of light, and you're basically darkening it as you go along. Well, the cool thing about with the grayscale is you could actually paint some highlights back into, whether it's with a paint pen or, you know, paint, or, and you know, the little bling stuff you were talking about, basically highlights things that are light on the dark background, which is it's a little bit of a different mindset. The metallic is cool because it gives you a different visual sheen to the paper, which is awesome. And basically it's doing the same thing. It's catching the light, and it comes forward because of the glare, the light.
That's right.
Quality and stuff. So, but yeah, it'll be fun.
Julie Claywell says, I got my cat shirt out and ready for the event. So she's.
Oh my God. Thanks, Julie. Julie's awesome. Julie's been one of my biggest fans. She's been phenomenal. Yeah, she's in my Patreon group, and we once a month I do what I think I told you about it. I do what I call it's a live broadcast called Coffee with Kitties.
Yeah.
And I usually do a tour of the studio about everything I'm working on, and I usually have one of my kitties or the guest, and it's usually about an hour long, and I just share stuff. And Julie's always there. She's always there.
Oh my gosh. And she says, oh, I will use my cat's earphones. Woohoo, I don't have a cool cat hat. So you're going to have to send her a cool cat hat.
I think, my wife has decided that she's going to make me a whole volume of these in different colors, because I mean, so I'll end on this note. So these cat hats, first of all, number one, they keep my head warm, because I'm losing a little bit of my hair. So
yeah,
this time of year I have it. I also sleep in these too.
Yes.
I'm not afraid to share. I sleep in these because it keeps my head warm. But the other thing I love about wearing the cat hair is me saying, I really don't, I'm not embarrassed. I go to the grocery store and buy groceries with it. And I just don't even give it a second thought, because you know what? Once you reach a certain age, you just don't care what people think.
Yeah.
It's like,
and we've seen your videos of you in the grocery store, so those are hysterical.
Gosh.
And by
Oh my gosh.
and by the way, you are not the only one that wears a hat to bed. When it's cold, I wear one as well. It's the thermal hat, and they're very warm. It's very warm, and keeps my head warm and keeps me warm. And I don't think people realize that. If you cover your head when it's cold, it keeps you warm.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll tell you that before I started wearing a hat, and I've gone through I've gone through like several of them because I stretch them out after a while when I'm sleeping. And you notice I got paint on my hand because I've been painting the house. We're working on our house, doing painting, so I've been out.
Nice color.
But what I've found that these things keep me from getting sick. So I used to get colds a lot because I would sleep at night and without my head covered, and during the wintertime, and I would wake up in the middle of the night and I'd be freezing and I'd catch a cold. And since I've been wearing these at night, night hat, it's just, it doesn't do it. And then but
oh, do you know what else will keep you warm? If you wear little footies, you know those little footies that you can buy, those stretch footies. I wear those to bed at night as well, and oh my gosh, like night and day to keep warm. So
I have a cat. I usually have a cat across my
neck.
So I usually just, I have one cat on my neck. It keeps my neck warm. That's Loki. Loki loves to sleep right here, and he purrs like, he'll put me to sleep. Then I usually have a cat on my chest. That's usually Howard. And then I usually have Monkey on my waist. And then on my feet, I usually have Alfie, my black cat.
Yeah.
And then usually next to my feet I usually have Corby. I usually have everybody stacked on me.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for the human, if I got to get up to go use the restroom, it's hard for the human to get up. And then also too, if I want to roll over, forget it. It's all about the kitty's comfort. Forget about the human.
Oh, that's hysterical. Yeah. You and I are kindred souls. I've got the same thing with cats. So I have my hat, I have my footies, and then the cats. And lately my cats have taken to sitting on my chest as well. So it's like, okay. And there was some guy in the news, he couldn't figure out why he was having trouble breathing and wasn't sleeping well at night. You probably saw this. And he put a camera on himself, and it turns out the cat was literally sitting on its face. So I don't know what that was about, but
oh man, I tell you, these are, I call them blessings in furry bodies, but I want to tell you, man, they have been just the loves of my life. And I've lost several kitties along the way, but boy, I tell you what, I used to not understand cats when I was younger, but now it's like they're so sensitive, they're very affectionate.
Yes.
And then also they give me incredible amount of inspiration. And I don't know, and we had dogs for a while too, and dogs are the same. Dogs are just amazing.
Yeah.
It's been hard for us to have both dogs and cats just because with 6 cats, it's already kind of chaos in the house, and adding another dog or something like that or another pet would be, it would be tough to do. So, and we take them in our RV trailer. We have a little travel trailer, and we take all the cats when we go in a trailer, and it's quite an experience traveling with.
Lila says she's got a 22-pound cat.
Oh my gosh,
so
Lila, that's yeah. Well, think about it. If you have a 22-pound cat and you have 2 cats on you, that's almost 50 pounds a cat.
That's right.
That's
right.
So anyway,
all right, sweetie,
thank you. It's a joy to be hanging out with you and hanging out with everybody. And I just love it. It's fun. I really appreciate everybody's time.
Well, good.
And I look forward to spending some time with y'all soon. Okay.
Yeah, and and when you come in to do this coloring with me, that's going to be an absolutely hoot. I can't wait. So
yeah, we're gonna. I love doing art with other people. We do our art night with a group of people. We haven't done it COVID, but
Yeah.
it's the same where you're all get around together and you do art, and it's fun to do. And you're kind of inspiring me to think about doing coloring events where it's a group coloring thing. I might launch that at some point on one of my pages, just to do, it's basically a time of hanging out and just coloring, just visiting, and doing art. There's just something special about when you're actually, physically doing art. So it's not, you're not just engaged in conversation, but you're actually creating and doing things, which visiting, there's a word for that. I call that fellowship. It's called fellowship.
Funny thing about that word.
Yeah. So good night, sweetie. I gotta let you go.
Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye. All right. Okay, the gauntlet has been thrown. Oh, I love that guy. He is just wonderful. Okay. Now, Julie, don't tell him I said he's a sweetie because he'll get a swelled head. I'm joking. Oh, my. Yeah, Julie, I think that would be fun in his group, in his group if he would do that coloring with everybody. Okay. Yeah, it's not really duel, it's duet, Maddie. We're not dueling. And that was so cool that we announced, or talked about the extra stuff to put on the things. So he's going to get out his stuff. And Lila, thank you so much for posting that link to the little ribbons, little pre-made bows. If you would do me a favor and text that to me, I would appreciate it. Yeah, Julie, he's just a really great. So Julie, how long have you been in his group? Or how long have you known him? Okay, now I decided on this one last part of the door to go ahead and outline this in black. And the reason that I'm doing that is because we have a really nice color combination with this little guy. Yeah, whenever I see Poppy's Wicked Witch of the West, that's right. Oh, that's funny. Beautiful to the eye. Yeah, but very deadly. Okay. Oh, about a year, Julie? Okay. Thanks, Lila. I just got the text. Well, Julie, thank you so much for coming in our group, or my group, our group. And I'm so glad that he's a part of it too. We're going to have a lot of fun with those pencils and those markers. Okay. Now, guys, I don't want you to be afraid to and so yeah, coloring is taking off again. People used to say, you color. Now more people say, me too, or I want to try that. That's right. And it's funny, Sherry, because coloring was very popular a few years back, and it calmed down, and now I think it's revving up again because, you know, COVID and everything. Okay. How's my sound volume? Is my volume okay? Volume and clarity, is it okay? Oh, okay, Julie. So he had just started putting out coloring books and you found him when he first released The Whimsical Cat. Yeah. Yeah, I've got all 3 of his books. Okay. You won his first coloring contest, Julie? How cool. And you know what? That's a really good point. The level of art. What Sandra was just saying. These books are art. And if you treat them as such, that's a good way to look at it. We put a lot of time and effort into our coloring. And it is art. Okay. Well, Julie, if you like our group and you know that Jeff is a supporter as well, please tell your buds. I do not compete with anybody at all. I'm here for the companionship. We got a wonderful, wonderful group. I'm bringing in more and more artists. We are family. Da, 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 da. You better believe it. So, Julie, you're going to practice what before tackling a page? Oh, the coloring book, Coloring Heaven in the UK, put out by him, Fell in Love. Okay. Yeah, or make a copy. That was so funny that one night that I played that. I was just feeling so loving towards all you guys and like family, and I just had to play that. We are family. Da, 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 da. Maria Waddell. Yeah. Okay. Well, Julie, don't get fussy. The way that you learn and the way that you practice is going to be on pages. Now, if I get a new medium in, like the metallic paints, I will, play with them a little bit off to the side. Yes, Julie, you do have a new group of friends in here. Oops, got a little wiggly right there. Oh well. Well, you've heard Jeff plenty of times. Have fun with it and don't. The minute you start stressing about your coloring, Sherry, it takes away the fun. Hi, Sherry. Sherry, you're coloring, by the way, of that lady with the oh, what is it? The lizard that's on her. Oh my gosh, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, tinted layers. That's right. And Julie, we're not kidding when we say that we're family in this group. This is one of the main reasons I do this. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to carry this out a little further. If I change my mind, I can go over it with metallic paint, but I'm just going to go ahead and carry this hinge out with my black. And I'm going to make sure that I have my little bumpy at the top and the bottom. So I'm drawing that in, coloring that in to make it look like a better hinge. So let me pull you in. Yeah, and Julie, we don't say that lightly. I mean, we don't say it lightly. Okay, so see how I did this hinge? Hopefully that's showing up for you. And I went ahead and made the bumpy a little bit bigger on the top as well. Hey, if people want to just come in here and watch, then just come in and watch. Okay, so let me pull out. So you said you had to sit back the first few nights just watching and listening and found out real quick about what others was personally going through, and that's family. Exactly, Julie. Exactly. We talk about that. There's prayer available for anybody that wants it. If you're not Christian, that's fine. But anytime anybody needs prayer, it's definitely available. We even had a little chat about women's safety and domestic abuse, and I hope somebody got a benefit out of it. And you wouldn't expect that kind of topic in here, but we care. Okay, so what I want to show you real quick, and then we'll call it an evening, is on this bottom here, which I've turned sideways, is I'm going to go ahead and enhance this with some dots because we've got some gravel going here and some little stones. Yeah, we are very unique. It's meant to be a sanctuary in here, and we have fun and we learn. We let down our hair and chat. And I mean, men are absolutely welcome as well. This is not just a women's group. Now, when you make your dots, guys, you got to make them slowly so you don't make little tails on them. So take your time. And I'm just using a simple black pen. And this is where I said, oh, absolutely, men are welcome. Yeah. Everyone is welcome. Okay. And be careful that you let your ink dry. I smeared my ink just a little bit. Yeah, we are a safe place. We are a very safe place. And we're not afraid, and I'm not afraid to discuss whatever. All right, everybody see now? Everybody? How I've gone ahead and added now the little extras with the gravel. Yeah, Jeff has a Patreon page. Patreon is similar to the Ko-fi, Sandra, where you can donate a little bit to an artist, and the artist on Patreon can go ahead and hold a little video chat. I think you can on Ko-fi as well. But since I do this live, I mean, that's my main thing here. And by the way, if anybody cares to donate to my Ko-fi, the link is in there. Throw in $1 or $2, it'd be appreciated. You have my word that everything is going to be used for art supplies. And if you're new to the group, also please go into the announcements. Yeah, Sherry, you should probably get on that with your art. Okay, guys, I think we're in really good shape here. The only thing I have left are the things to do with the insides of the flowers. Decide what I'm going to do with that, and then we'll do the little pollen thingies around there. Oh, that's great, Julie. Yeah. When Jeff said that he was on our broadcast. And yeah, that's right. What Sherry said. It's good ILene does this because some people have nothing, and this group is something they can come to. Yeah, if people don't color, they can just come in and enjoy and relax and watch and enjoy the chat and enjoy the pretty things we do. Okay, guys, calling it a night. See you tomorrow night, same time, same place. I hope you learned something. Yeah, I'm not going to do the gravel tonight. So we'll have fun. We'll finish this up. I'd say we're about 90% there. Just got a little bit more to do. And I think we're in pretty good shape. Maddie, you're welcome. Good night, everybody. Hope you learned something. Hope you had fun. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Joyous, joyous coloring. Please share this link, this page, this broadcast, so we can get people in here to enjoy the things that you're enjoying. All right, guys, take care. Good night.